How's it going, everybody? I'm Marshall. Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. Today I have another little quick update video. Today is the 2-week mark until the season starts, or the exhibition, against Western New Mexico. 2 weeks from now, on the 28th, and our women's basketball team has the game the day before that against, was it Cameron University or something like that? Or I can't remember. It's some school from Colorado, I believe, or nearby, or I think it was Oklahoma. A Division II school that they should be able to beat, and we should be able to win the next day against Western New Mexico. But anybody can beat anybody on every given night, so gotta be ready, because the Aggies have lost to Western New Mexico 3 times in the past, back in the 80s, which I made a video talking about, which you guys should go check out. I made a video about that not too long ago, just talking about the history of New Mexico State and Western New Mexico basketball. Also did one against with Highlands in New Mexico State, how we beat them every time we played them. So see if they can continue that trend, which I think they will. Hopefully they do. Today was the Conference USA. They had their actually preseason standings came out pretty recently, and they picked the Aggies to finish 7th. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. I was kind of, I wouldn't say I was upset, because those predictions can always be wrong. They predicted our football team last season to get 5th, and we got 2nd, had probably arguably the greatest season in school history. And this year they also predicted us to be 5th, and we're doing really bad. Bottom 3 team in our conference, along with Kennesaw State and UTEP. Kennesaw State, UTEP, and then New Mexico State are probably 3 of the worst teams in the country. And so, definitely things like that can be wrong. Last year, our basketball team was picked to finish 8th, and we only got 6th. The year prior, our basketball team was picked to finish 2nd. They got last. That was the hazing year. And years prior to that, they got, New Mexico State was usually always first, and that was picked right. But within the recent couple years, hasn't always been the case. If I had to assume, I picked them to finish 4th or 5th. I think Louisiana Tech's definitely going to be the team to beat. And they were picked to finish 1st, which I expected. Daniel Baccio was picked to be Conference USA Player of the Year, which makes sense. He's a great player. Last year, Isaiah Crawford, who was at Louisiana Tech, got it. So Louisiana Tech, they're always great at getting some dogs. It makes sense. They are the Bulldogs. And that's actually who we play tomorrow for football. So we'll see how that goes. They just won their recent game by a lot against Middle Tennessee. Football team hasn't been doing great. Hopefully they can get back on track soon. We almost beat Louisiana Tech at home last year. We beat them by 9 in the second half, and kind of just blew towards the end. That's something that we did on the road a lot. I was talking to my friend Jeremy earlier, who I might do a podcast with, so be on the lookout for that. I'll let you guys know about that. A sports podcast for the school, just talking about all the sports, not just basketball. But I was talking about that, how we were 1-13 on the road, 12-3 at home, and how we were able to just finish games at home a lot better. We only had one really bad game at home, and that was against Sam Houston State, when we lost by 21, I believe. I think it was 79-58. But the other 2 losses we had were against UNM, who was one of the best teams in the country at the point. Only had 1 loss, and we almost beat them, lost them by 1. Game we should have won. Game that we blew a lead, at the end, which again, usually we do on the road. We did at home that game, same with the Louisiana Tech game. But, there's a lot of games last year that we just competed in, even though our record was only 13-19. Should have been a little bit better. Could have had a winning record possibly if we just finished out games better. That's why I think we'll have a better season this upcoming season. Something that Coach Huden's thinking too. Today, Coach Huden and Christian Cook, I can't remember what it's called, but it was the Conference USA opener. I think not like opener, but like press conference and stuff. And others asking the different questions. Christian Cook's looking at he'll be our guy for this year. Arguably going to be our best player. He's picked to finish. He was all conference preseason team. I feel like last year he was snubbed for not making the team, so we'll see what team he gets in this year. At least get a 3rd team, I think, would be ideal for him. Maybe some other guys will fight for that, like Zodie Jackson, Deontay Bostic, even Peter Filipovic. He's not going to be a player, I don't think he's going to be on like any of the teams, but he's one of our key transfers, one of our better transfers we have, along with Carl Sharonfont. Have some good young freshmen, so hopefully just for a better season overall. And that's what it's looking like, which is what Coach Huden was talking about at that presser. I think I mentioned it in a video about a month and a half ago, probably, where I was talking about Omar Smith, who we got an offer for New Mexico State, and he recently committed to New Mexico State. So him and then Augustine Ekwe will be joining the Aggies next season as freshmen. They're both seniors. Hopefully they can do their thing. I'll definitely be keeping up with them, maybe make some posts about them or talk about them on the YouTube channel. Hopefully they can just do great things in their last year of high school, and then stay committed, because obviously decommitment is always a thing. Hopefully they can just stay committed to the Aggies and just keep building the culture, keep rebuilding the team, and just add to our youth. Having those 2 guys along with Gabe Pickens and Jacoby Osborne, even guys like Marvin Cox, are all young dudes who can have a bright future at NMSU, and just keep helping us improve and keep building this team, building this culture, and all that. It's funny too, our women's team, they were picked to finish 6th, which is where they finished last year. That's definitely something they want to improve on too. They want to get higher. Our basketball team was picked to finish, I said 8th last year, they got 6th. Now they're picked to finish 7th out of 10 teams, so 6 out of 9 teams. So they're kind of, I guess, predicting us to be around the same range. I did see something today that last year we were the 290th best team or best ranked team out of all Division I teams. Is about 363. This year, we're predicted to be 158th, which means we're supposed to be better than about almost 60% of Division I teams, which isn't bad. Definitely a good improvement from last year, but I definitely think they can exceed those expectations. If I had to guess, I wouldn't say by a lot, but they could definitely prove me wrong, and I hope they do. Somebody that's been proving me wrong, former Aggies at Vanderbilt, they're doing their thing. 4-2, beat Kentucky. Like I said, beat Alabama, which I talked about last week. Diego Pavi is doing his thing. A lot of people are talking about how he should win the Heisman. He's obviously not probably going to. That dude from Boise State is getting a lot of great yards, and a lot of touchdowns as well. But Pavi is definitely making a name for himself, and people are knowing about him more, which is great because even our football team here in New Mexico State isn't doing great. He's doing great things at Vanderbilt and making a name for himself and getting New Mexico State a lot of recognition since he used to play here. Just want to talk a little bit more about some personal stuff that's going on in my life. Nothing bad, obviously. I think that kind of came off wrong. Doing a lot of great things. Really happy about how things are going right now. Going pretty well. Like I said, I got that digital editing position for Crimson Wire, so I'm continuing to do that. Continue to build this website, kind of like how Coach Newton's building a program. Nowhere near that, actually. It's not even really comparable, but we'll try to build something, so that was kind of funny to say. Today in my sports writing class, my classmates and I got to interview the head baseball coach here, Jack Angier, I can't say Angier, I think is how he says his last name. Pretty hard to pronounce, but he used to be a pitching coach at University of Oregon, also at North Dakota State University, and was at some other schools as well. Has coached under some great coaches. So it was great to interview him and talk to him. So I've now interviewed and talked to the head basketball coach, Hooten. I've talked to Coach Gill. I haven't interviewed him, but I talked to him, from last year. Obviously, I haven't talked to Tony Sanchez. Maybe don't want to talk to him because he might not be here much longer. Hopefully, a lot of fans are hoping he gets fired, including myself. I'm sure he's a cool guy, but he's just not a great coach. Also was able to talk to Molly Kaiser, the leader of the women's basketball team, the best player by far. And Coach Adams, she's an amazing coach for them. So I've been able to interview and talk to a lot of, significant people. And Coach Adams actually followed me back on Instagram, which I thought was awesome. Really excited to have that, opportunity and hopefully just keep building on that and do similar things in the future. I'm also kind of mad at myself because I have this essay. So this essay is due next week, I believe. But tomorrow is the rough draft due. And I knew that, and I had about half of it done. So I was like, I'll just finish the rest of it, today. I have all day tomorrow to do it for the football game tomorrow. Yes, we have a midweek game. Pretty crazy, right? At home, but it's nice. Play better at home, so we'll see how it all goes. Like I was saying, the essay's due tomorrow. I thought it was due at 11:59 p.m. like most assignments are due, but it's due at noon. So I was like, oh shoot. So started working a little bit more right now. Almost done with it, but I wanted to make this video before I forgot. I think that's going to do for the video. Just kind of want to talk about the Conference USA predictions that people had. Those finally came out. Players wise, could they think, Conference USA believes Christian Crismier best player. He's definitely a best returner. So that makes sense that they have him there. He's going to be a key leader for us, continue this rebuild. Again, like I said in multiple videos, I'm expecting about 18 wins more or less. That's where I would give him if I had to guess, if I had to bet money on it. But honestly, I'd just be happy with a winning season. If we had like 16, 17 wins, that'd be great. That'd give us a winning record or at least a 50% win percentage. And that would be improvement from last year. That's all I'm looking forward to. If there's no improvement from last year, then it'd be really upsetting. But I feel like we got a lot more dogs on our team, a lot more size, strength, height, a lot more everyday guys as well. Coach Hooten likes to refer to them as guys who are just going to come and work every day. If they're not hitting their shots consistently, you want them to, but if they're not hitting their shots consistently all the time, that's obviously fine. Nobody's perfect. As long as they're giving high effort on defense and rebounding the ball at a high rate all the time, or giving it their best, giving it their all, giving it their 100%. If they're sick for a reason, or if they're like a little hurt, banged up, and they still go to practice, and they're playing through those injuries, you don't expect them to be 100%, but you want them to give their 100%, even if that's only like 75%, if that makes sense. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Expect some more highlight videos. I'll probably make a couple more highlight videos and just post on Instagram and stuff before the season starts. Then once the season starts in a couple weeks, you'll be getting, couple videos a week on average. Just, talking about those games, giving analysis on them, maybe even posting highlights, shorts videos will be coming back and all that. So really excited for that all to happen. And I think I have a great feeling that, we'll be getting a lot of subscribers throughout the year just because the videos will be more frequently and probably just better in general. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm out.